Good afternoon and welcome to a sold-out and wet Autzen Stadium in Eugene. You can hear the roar of the crowd and the band in the background as Oregon gets set to play Washington, a showdown battle for the Pac-10 lead. As I'm sure most of you know, Washington 2-0 in the Pac-10, Oregon 2-0 in the Pac-10, and oh, the scene couldn't be better. A number of Oregon-Washington games. You were the coach there last year when Washington won 37-21. What is the feeling getting into this game? Because they always say Oregon-Washington, it is something special.
Well, Bruce, you know, the fans at Oregon get you fired up to play them. The Washington fans get you fired up to play against the University of Oregon. It's one of the biggest rivalries on the coast, and Oregon and Washington games are the biggest that you want to be involved with.
Oh, and it's a lot of fun, isn't it? Weather, that's what we were talking about just a moment ago. Raining hard here in Eugene this morning, but now it's beginning to clear up.
I don't know if I'll need my rain gear today. Like you said, it was raining earlier, but right now it's very pleasant. The wind is coming out of the west, but it's not strong. Shouldn't play a factor unless it becomes a little stiffer. Talked to offensive coordinator Bob Stull just a moment ago, and he said that his game plan will not change unless the weather does appreciably. Torrential downpour would make him turn a little more conservative, but he really doesn't think that will happen. A lot of hype surrounding this game. Washington has been there before, as you well know. Oregon hasn't, and so that could play a big part in this game as well. The Husky marching band behind me right now, they're standing on AstroTurf that is much like the AstroTurf at Husky Stadium. It's a little harder, and there's more of a crest in the middle of the field, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. You're going to be hearing a lot of these today. 10,000 of them were passed out in the crowd, and I tell you, it's going to be a little maddening down here, but I'm sure we'll get used to it. You know, I had a dream last night that Husky safety Jimmy Rogers blocked an Oregon punt. Rogers is from Aloha, Oregon. He'd like nothing better than do that, and if that dream comes true, I'm going to start dreaming about roses, Pasadena roses, and I know Don James doesn't want me to mention anything about it, but I just had to get it in.
5-1 off the season, coming off a 32-15 win over Stanford last week in Seattle, while Oregon shocked everyone in the Pac-10 conference because they went down to Tucson, Arizona, and upset the Arizona Wildcats by a score of 19-10. Now, nobody really thought that was going to happen because that sets up this showdown battle, and I don't think there's an Oregon fan, a Washington fan around who thought it would be Oregon and Washington this time of the year battling for the lead in the Pac-10 conference, but that's exactly what it is, and the record crowd here is 44,000 plus. They expect maybe to break that here today because standing room only tickets have been on sale, and they say the whole doggone thing is a sell. As we'd mentioned, you've been through a lot of these. Now, last year, there is a guy, I remember the game up there last year, you won at 37-21, trailed 21-17, late in the ballgame, fourth quarter exec, guy working radio on the sideline. Kenny Driscoll today was the guy who came up with a big hit, and I know all at once Husky Stadium came alive, and it's like an Oregon-Washington game. You know, anything can happen.
Yes, Bruce, as you know, Kenny Driscoll made the hit on one of the, I think it was Ladarius.
Oregon now. Oregon's turned the ball over twice, or I should say in the last two games, they have turned it over 4 times in each game. The defense, however, has been able to rise to the occasion. Washington had some real fumble problems early in the season, but they're beginning to put things together now and get it going again. But as you say, that could be the key here today. Oregon, Washington, you can hear the roar of the crowd. We'll be back with the opening kickoff right after this. You see the crowd on hand right now. A sellout crowd. Autzen Stadium, interesting. Washington wins the toss. They decline the option. Oregon will receive. Eugene King and Harry Billups for the University of Oregon standing back on the goal line. And Jeff Jager, the young freshman, will kick it off from the 40-yard line for Washington. Oregon against Washington. The series now 45-26-5. Washington leads the series. The last time Oregon won here, I'm sure a lot of Husky fans will remember, 1973 by a score of 58-0. The Huskies have won 8 out of the last 9 games. Eugene King, Harry Billups. Billups, the senior. High driving kick to the corner of the end zone. It will go into the end zone and out of bounds. I think they say it went out just short of the end zone, and Washington's going to have to kick it again. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. The thing you have to know about Oregon, too, is they have one of the great kickoff return teams in the country. But the big guy, and the guy who has played so well for them back there, and the guy who ran it back 91 yards against Arizona last week, he is out of the ball game right now, and that is Doug Judge, their fine, strong safety. This time the ball will bounce in about the 4 and go into the end zone, so Oregon will put it in play on their own 20. To get into this situation, Hampton, Shepard, Warner, Zinke, Smith, and Stringer across the line for Oregon.
Bruce, we can get a good feeling for Oregon's offensive game plan in the first couple of plays. We can see what they're going to do in a few seconds.
You saw the backfield right then. One running back. Jorgensen back to throw. Throws to the outside. Almost intercepted. Oh, it was almost picked off by J.C. Pearson on the sideline as he knocks it away. Jorgensen. He was hurt last year, early in the Washington-Oregon game, went to the sideline. But he has played very well for the Oregon Ducks this year. Switch the back. Kevin Wilhite in now. The slot back positions at Wilhite in motion to the right side. Jorgensen back to throw. Time to throw. Looks, has a man open, throws it high, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, and that was Christensen, the tight end. Johnson and McCall in at the running back spots.
I think that's number 1, Kevin Wilhite.
Wilhite comes in in place of McCall. Back to throw. Handoff left side. Wilhite with the ball is going to be hit short of the 20 at the 18. Ball back on the 19-yard line. Here you see it again from the end zone. Kind of a good look at exactly what happened.
It's a counter play given to Wilhite. Has good speed here. Browning forced Wilhite upfield, and the defense covered well. Look at the speed of the Husky defense.
High kick to Collins. Collins is going to take it. Hit immediately at the 40-yard line. Flag goes down, and I think it's going to be a penalty against Oregon. A 38-yard kick by Hicks. Get a good look at it right there. There it was. You have to give them 2 yards, and they didn't. Washington will take over 1st and 10 after the penalty, and the ball will be moved into Oregon territory.
Interference with the opportunity to catch the kick by the kicking team. 1st down.
It is Green and Dave Stransky. Stransky in motion, the top of your screen. Hines across the 40 down to about the 38. Green, Kaharski, Mowry, Ernestine, Brosey, and Maher across the line. Lance Dotson, the big tackle, has a sprained ankle. He hurt it against Navy and missed last week's game against Stanford and missing again this week. So Kaharski comes in at the left tackle position. Maher moves over to the right spot. Pallur, the quarterback. 2nd and 6 for Washington. Walt Hunt. Stransky split to the right. The setbacks, that's Stransky in motion, are Hunt and Hines. Pallur, first pass of the game. Looks, throws to the outside, throws behind Sterling Hines. It appears that it's going to go in the end zone, and it does.
Linebacker coach Skip Hall is warning them that those 2 previous pass plays called the dash play for Oregon, and he's warning them that they will throw a screen to the opposite side of the field, so that's one thing to look for. Another thing is linebacker Tim Amber worried about Oregon's quick count, so they're settling themselves down and knowing that that's coming, and then they'll just take care of business. They're coming up to the line of scrimmage. Let's go back up to you.
Oregon 1st and 10 at their own 20. No score. We're in the 1st quarter between Oregon and Washington and Eugene. Handoff draw over the middle. Hit right at the line of scrimmage. Picks up maybe 2 yards on the play. Rancho Cordova, California. Defensively for Washington, Holmes, Madsen, Browning across the line, as you see. Huskies up in a 3-man front. Oregon into an I formation. 2nd and 7 at the 23. Handoff to the tailback. That's Eugene King. He gets across the 25 and up to about 27-yard line. McCall and Wilhite in the backfield now for Oregon on 3rd and 3. That's McCall in motion to the left side. Jorgensen to throw. Looks across the middle. It is complete to Wilhite. He's at the 40 and picks up the 1st down. This partisan Oregon crowd loves it. First down of the ball game.
Wilhite blocks, tackles slowly, slips out of the backfield, lets the linebackers drop out. Jorgensen looks him off and drops it in a nice pass over the middle to Kevin Wilhite, who gets the ball, goes straight up the field.
Ooh, great hit by Lynn Madsen right at the line of scrimmage. Whistle finally blows. Madsen has to spin him down. That's Eugene King. The ball at the 41.
The blitz is on, Bruce.
Split backs.
They're going to blitz them. Here they come.
Jorgensen throwing into the blitz. Incomplete, flag down. 5-yard penalty now against Washington on the play. And that will bring up 2nd is Madsen. Number 4 is Jorgensen. You're facing now 2nd and 5. The ball at the 45. Jorgensen looking over the middle, throwing. It is picked off by Bestie Jackson of Washington at the 30.
Bruce, I said J.C. Pearson did a fine job, and here Bestie Jackson from McLean High School in Fresno plays the ball well, makes a great interception, and just takes care of the ball and goes.
1st and 10 at their own 31. I formation. Pallur back to throw. Looks. Goes to the outside. It is complete to Walt Hunt across the 30 and knocked out of bounds. 2nd. They call it 8 here. Looks close to 7. Pallur to throw again. Looks to the outside. Complete to Sterling Hines. Breaks one tackle. Still on his feet. Over the 1st down marker. Spins away. Flag goes down at the 42.
Flipping against the offense. Still 2nd down.
This record at Washington, 72-27. 97-46 and 1 overall. Inside, Hines. Steve Pallur from Interlake High School, who is just on a record course. He set the Washington record now for throwing without throwing an interception. so far, and is just having a tremendous year. They needed great leadership from him, and he has given them great leadership so far. One setback, and that's Walt Hunt. Back to throw, over the middle. It is complete to Mark Patterson, short of the first down. Defensive play by E.J. Duffy. Father Hal played at Oregon, a basketball player.
Toledo here didn't have anybody to throw to. He looked him off downfield, one pump, sit, drop the ball off, and try to get something positive out of the play by making a completion.
Here's the kick by Thane Cleland off the side of his foot. It's going to be a short kick. Going to bounce at the 45, take a Washington bounce, and finally go out of bounds at the Oregon 35. Cleland averaging 40 yards a kick coming into this game. Husky kicking game has not been what it's been in the past. Well, Oregon's special teams have played very well. We'll see now what their offense can do. That is Jorgensen with Mack in there along with Wilhite. 1st and 10, the ball at the 35. Draw to Wilhite. Slips at the 34 and is going to lose a yard. Time. This for the conference lead. Both teams 2-0 in the Pac-10. 2nd and 11 for Oregon. Wilhite hit as he goes across the 35 to the 37. Wilhite the only setback. Back to throw Jorgensen. Flag goes down. Jorgensen's going to be hit. Finally gets it away. Ooh, and a hard hit at the 40-yard line.
Hands against the offense. Penalty declined. 4th down.
He had a 73-yarder against Arizona last year. But this time he's kicking into the wind. Driving kick. Michael Collins back inside the 20. Tries to get away, and there is nothing there. He was driven back inside the 15. Their own 19. No score. 6:45 to play here in the first quarter from Autzen Stadium. Huskies up with one setback, and that's Sterling Hines. Good shot of Pallure. Pitch to Hines. He slips at the 19 and goes down. Patterson in motion. Pallure. Pitch back to Hines again. Trying to get a block. Going to be hemmed in, breaks away at the 20, gets to the 21. Oregon defense has played, as we've mentioned, the start of the broadcast, very well against California. They played super against Arizona. They caused so many turnovers against the Wildcats last week that Arizona's still shaking their head about what in the world happened down there, and they won the football game. Huskies 0 for 2 in 3rd down conversion. Pallure to throw, looks, throws to the outside, has him in and out of the hands, and I think it was tipped, intended for Strand. Right now Oregon's winning the kicking game because Cleveland's going to have to kick it from about the 10. This time, really gets his foot into it. A driving kick. It's going to be taken at the 38. Spins away, still on his feet, still running with the football. Down the sideline, and finally spun away is Lou Barnes. Breaks one down the sideline then, and finally gets the ball to the 36-yard line.
Yes,
here is Barnes.
A missed tackle by Sterling Hines. Another fine move by the young Barnes youngster. Mo Hill comes from behind, puts pressure on the backside. Thane Cleland and Mo Hill both pin the guy in the sideline.
Other running backs. They're split in the backfield, as you can see. Wilhite hit at the line of scrimmage and driven down after it picks up only a yard on the play. Straight ahead to the fullback. Picks up only a couple of yards on the play. That's Johnson. 3rd down, 3rd and 6. The ball at the 31. Pitch to the outside. They hit, spun away, and nothing there, and that's McCall. Hicks is back to kick. You know, interesting thing about Oregon. Oregon's going to call timeout right here. In just a moment. 3:34 to play here in the first quarter. No score between Oregon and Washington. There you see the sellout crowd here at Autzen Stadium in Eugene on a wet day. It hasn't rained, but it rained this morning, and the field is really damp. And Oregon's going to set up now for a field goal. The ball will be at the 39. 49-yard field goal attempt by Paul Squabby from Mercer Island, a 3-year Letterman senior here at Oregon. Left foot kicker, his longest is 47 this year. The ball is down. Kick is up. Will it get there?
Short.
No, it is short. Into the
last time they came off following a punt, Jimmy Rogers on the punt return team was really after his teammates. Emotions are running high right now. He was saying, come on, stick those guys. Don't leave Michael Collins all to his own. But now they did much better on this one. So let's go back up to you.
1st and 10 at the 32. Pallure. Play action. Outside. Complete to Walt Hunt and hit just as he gets the football and picks up only 3 yards on the play. And Dan Wilkin from South Eugene High School, 6'1", 199, the sophomore, redshirt last year, in to make the stop for offensively. 14 yards rushing, 13 yards passing, a total of 27. 2nd and 7 for Washington. Sterling Hines trying to go inside. He'll get across the 35 out to about the 38-yard line. 3rd down conversion for Washington. They've yet to pick one up. Pallure rolls to the left and looks. Ducks inside, close to the first down, and I think he picked it up. Across the 41 to the 42. The leading total offense team in the conference, 443.7 yards so far, 8th in the country. Pallure falls as he hands the ball to Hines. Hines breaks away in the clear at the 40. One man to beat. At the 30, he is out of bounds. We've got a flag down, however. Here it is again.
Okay, a counter dive, a counter power play to Sterling. Pallure slips and falls. Sterling Hines makes a power move.
Mask on the tackle by the defense. First down.
Have the ball at the Oregon 13. Walt Hunt spins away and then runs right into a tackle down at the 12-yard line. Husky fans come alive. Stransky in motion. Hines to the outside. Still on his feet. Going to be hit at the 12 and driven back to the 15. It reminds you of the Huskies a little bit, doesn't it?
In a fired-up game like this, Bruce.
3rd and 10 at the 12. Ball on the hash mark on this side of the field. The Huskies with a wind at their back. Pallure back to throw. Has time. Ball batted away and in the air. And knocked away by Oregon. Pallure to throw. Hit just as he gets rid of the football by number 99, and that is Dan Ralph, who was the Pac-10 Player of the Week last week. Jaeger out of the hold of Pallure will set the ball down on the 19, a 29-yard field goal. The kick is up. He slips as he kicks the ball, and it is good. Jeff Jaeger's feet went right out from under him, and he slipped down, but he hit it with enough foot to drive it through the uprights. And the Huskies are on the scoreboard with 31 seconds to play. Long driving kick and a high one this time. It will be taken 3 yards deep in the end zone, and they will down it. That's Billups right there. Mike Jorgensen, the quarterback from Ontario, Oregon, the junior. The upbacks are McCall and Wilhite. Tight end in motion to the left side. Handoff to Wilhite. Big hole across the 30 to the 32 and picks up the first down.
It's a quick opener by the University of Oregon. Wilhite has good speed, good strength.
Wilhite and McCall. McCall, number 42. He is the up back in the eye, with Wilhite playing the fullback position right now. 1st and 10 at the 32. McCall hit behind the line of scrimmage, and that's Ronnie Holmes.
You have a fire charge by Ronnie Holmes. He comes free. Nice open field tackle on the running back, who doesn't have a chance to get the head of steam upfield.
And now Oregon faces a 2nd and 14 at their own 28. King and Wilhite are the running backs now. Eugene King, number 3. Timmy Amber back in the ball game, as you see, at an inside linebacker position for Washington. Huskies up in a 4-man front. Jorgensen back to throw. Time hit just as he throws, picked off by Vince Albrecht.
Get outside.
He's at the 40.
Get outside.
He's at the 30. One man to beat at the 20 and run out of bounds inside the 20 at the 19. 23-yard return. The senior from Oakland, California, picks it off right there.
Yes, Bruce, you saw, as I stated before, Jorgensen is a little off today. He's a little excited, and he's overthrowing and underthrowing. Plus, he had pressure by the big tackle, Ron Holmes.
He's 2 of 6 now. Had 2 interceptions in the ball game so far. 1 of 6 for 2 interceptions. Throw almost picked off, as you see.
Here it is again.
Pallure on first down.
He had the young guy open. He just didn't stick it in there, and that allowed the receiver, the defender, number 11, to get underneath the pass.
The up back in the eye. That's Sterling Hines. Walt Hunt in motion. Split draw. Hit it to 20 and knocked down on a great defensive play by Oregon that time, and Dan Wilkins. 3rd down now for Washington. 3rd and 11 at the 20. Patterson in motion. Pallure to throw. Rolls to the outside. Looking. He's going to keep the ball. Sprints to the outside, still on his feet, has a chance to get the first down, and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 12. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Here it is again.
Steve Pallure on a straight drop back, on a dash and roll, they call it, looking for a receiver downfield. Everyone's covered with adequate blocking in front. He decides to take off. Makes a fine inside-outside move there. Now he's racing for the sideline, trying to get to the out of bounds and the first marker, and there you see he's about 3 or 4 yards
29-yard field goal again. Kick is up, gets his foot into it. It is good. And Jaeger kicks another 29-yard field goal. So with 13:52 to play here in the second quarter, it is Washington 6 and Oregon nothing. Back deep now for Oregon, Eugene King and Harry Billups. Driving kick by Jaeger is going to bounce on the 4. In and out of the hands. The ball still alive. Back on about 8 yards deep in the end zone. And finally, Billups and King go back there. And King started to walk away from it. 1st and 10 for Oregon at their own 20. Washington leading 6-0. McCall and Wilhite are the setbacks. Jorgensen completed only 1 pass, had 2 picked off so far. Hand off to McCall. McCall on a reverse to the outside, and Barnes going to be hit, still trying to get away inside the 20 and knocked down at about the 18. That's Lou Barnes on the reverse. We'll give you those first quarter stats here again in just a moment. 2nd down and 12 for Oregon. They make a change with Johnson in the ball game now for Wilhite. Back to throw, throws over the middle. It is completed to 21 to the 20, near the 22-yard line. Jorgensen now facing a 3rd down, 3rd and 8. The ball at the 22. Big rush to the outside, complete to the tight end, spins away from one tackle, and finally brought to the ground as he picks up only about a yard on the play to Doug Herman out of Renton High School in Washington. 6, Oregon nothing, and Oregon giving up the football. High driving kick. Collins this time will take it. Tries to get away. Nothing there, and driven back to the 35. You're looking at the Oregon bench. That's Rich Brooks in his 7th season. You see his record there. His best record one year, 6-2-3. This year he is 3-3. Sterling Hines to the left side across the 40 to the 42-yard line. He'll pick up 3 yards on the 7. Ball at the 42. Pelur to throw. Looking, dumps it over, and complete to Leroy Lutu across the 45 to the 46. Going to be short of the first down by a couple of yards.
Okay, a fake throw to Sterling. Fine pass by Steve Pelur, and a nice catch by Pelur.
3rd and 3 for Washington. Pelur rolling to the outside. Looking again. Going to keep the ball. Gets the first down and then hit hard. 1st and 10 now for Washington at the Oregon 47. Huskies lead it 6-0. We're in the 2nd quarter. Sterling Hines spins across the 42 to near the 40-yard line.
Very consistent this year for the University of Washington. Very consistent.
Big gain, a 33-yarder to set up a field goal. 2nd and 3. Walt Hunt has an opening. Really hit, and that's his helmet that goes off, but he hangs on to the football, and he gets the first down at the 30-yard line. Walt Hunt from Burien and Highline High School takes a hit from Dan Wilkin. Watch the hit here. Now he'll lose the helmet. Wilkin comes up, boom, right there, and knocks the helmet off. 1st and 10 for Oregon at the 30. First real drive of the ball game for them. Hines still breaking tackles. One man to beat at the 20, down to the 18, to the 16. He almost went all the way. Dorning got on his back, and he couldn't shake him.
A little counter step in the backfield with a lead tackle up front. Got hit, tackled twice there. Good strength, upper body strength, and breaking the tackles here. Look at him fight for extra yards.
Huskies 1st and 10 at the Oregon 16. Washington leads it 6-0. Walt Hunt over the right side, and he's going to pick up only about 2 yards on the play. Takes it inside the 15 down to near the 14-yard line. Well, that Oregon defense has been on the field for a long time. They're going to take a rest right now. 9:10 to play, 2nd quarter. Washington 6 and Oregon nothing. Hines and Hunter the running back. 4-man front for Oregon. Pelur. Sterling Hines. Hines inside the 10 to about the 7. He's going to hit short of the first down by about a yard. Huskies 2 of 7 in 3rd down conversion. Pelur goes straight ahead and dives for the first down. He gets the ball down to the 5, but that Oregon offensive line's blocking very well. 1st and goal to go now at the 5. Mark Patterson in motion. Sterling Hines, big hole, right side. Spins away, and he's hit at the 2. An Oregon player injured on the play.
Looks like number 21.
21, Don Brown.
Number 21. Great second effort by Sterling again, Bruce. He is ready to play football.
So Brown goes out of the game. The sophomore from Carson, California is out of there. McAllister comes in to replace Brown. 2nd down, goal to go at the 2. Straight ahead, Walt Hunt. He's hit at the 1.
They must make 7 points this time. The Oregon defense must keep them out of there for another 3.
So on 3rd and 2, Washington looks at the defense and says, wait a minute.
Washington is trying to look at 7 points. Oregon wants to come out with a minimum of 3 and keep their offense alive and active in the ball game.
3rd down, goal to go at the 2. Patterson in motion. Pelur rolling, throwing to the outside. Touchdown. He hit him with a strike.
Yes, he did. Bruce, you remember earlier the receiver was wide open and Steve sort of touched it or nursed the ball in there? This time, look at the ball. Just jumped off his hands, stuck it in between the defenders, Roten caught the ball, fell down and protected the ball. Great touchdown, great play.
Run off 4:40 at the clock to get on the scoreboard on that 2-yard touchdown pass from Steve Pelur. Now, the Huskies had lined up like they were going to go for 2. Oregon immediately called timeout. Oregon makes a change defensively. Pelur waits and is set. Patterson in motion. Straight back to throw. Throw it to the outside. It is caught. No, in and out of the hand, but a flag goes down.
Okay, a motion in the backfield. Nice pass to Sterling Hines. Had the ball, and the ball came out late.
The penalty will be against Washington, so it's no good.
Illegal use of hands against the offense. Penalty declined.
Good high kick, but this time they're going to have a chance to run it back. Phillips at the 10, across the 20 to the 24, and the senior from Irvine, California, King and Phillips back. Jaeger to kick it off again. With 7:08 to play in the second quarter, Washington leading 12-0. A high kick that will be taken at the 5 by Phillips. The 10, still on his feet at the 20 and across the 25, out to the 27-yard line. He's going to pick up about, 4 yards on the play. Hand off, Wilhite, left side. Moves up to about 29-yard line. He's going to pick up a couple of yards on the play, make it second. Daria Johnson comes in to replace Kevin Wilhite at a running back position on 2nd and 8, just short of the 30. Jorgensen rolling. Pass short at the 49-yard line. The Amber comes out of the ball game. The Huskies go into a nickel defense on 3rd down, 3rd and long. Eugene King in the ball game, along with LaDaria Johnson. Jorgensen back to throw. Throws deep to the outside, intended for Barnes, and overshot him by about 5 yards. At the 34, Oregon on 4th and 7 will have to give it up. Big rush, and almost blocked. Collins driven back to the 20. Looks around, is going to have to break through about 5 people. Almost does. Gets the ball to the 29. 6:03 to play here in the second quarter. Washington with the ball in the lead, 12-0. Hines and Walt Hunt have played all the way. We'll talk about the Husky running backs and their injuries in just a moment. Walt Hunt straight ahead. 5:39 to play, second quarter. Washington meeting UCLA next week in Los Angeles. In the Rose Bowl, I should say, in Pasadena. Floor to throw. To the outside. Complete to Sterling Hines. Still on his feet. Sterling still running. Oh, and he gets the first down.
Okay, Bruce, you have a simple drop back. Everyone's covered by the University of Oregon. Steve dumps the ball off to Sterling Hines. Just try to make a completion. Sterling takes his time, shows good strength, great second effort, and makes the first down here and moves forward with the football. He has shown a lot of strength today, Bruce. A lot of strength. 1st and 10 at the 45. Hines again, right side. Breaks 2 more tackles. Still going. And oh, a step away. He had 9:18 before today. He needed only 82. And he goes over the 1,000-yard mark right here as he picks up 18 yards. He now has 14 carries and 98 yards. Sterling Hines. Yes, Bruce, a counter play in the backfield. Fine block by number 88, Tony Roden.
1st and 10 for Washington at the 37. The Oregon 37. Pallure to throw. Going deep for everything. Throws it in the corner. It is caught. Incomplete. I'll say he caught it out of bounds.
A draw play in the backfield. They call timeout to decide which side they want to throw the deep bomb on. Danny Green, fine move, fine catch. Great coverage by the secondary of Oregon. He catches the ball, but he catches it out.
Final, Michigan 16, Iowa 13. Michigan remains unbeaten in the Big Ten Conference. Sterling Hines runs into his own man, going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage, and is going to lose about down here. 3rd and long. Pallure. Going in and out of the hands of Dave Stransky. For Oregon is Lou Barnes.
We'd like to have about a 30-yard kick in this area.
High hanging kick, and he hit a beauty. It is taken on a fair catch back at the 14-yard line by Dan Wilkie. Small comes to the sideline. Jimmy Rogers from Aloha, Oregon comes in to replace him. Oregon now up with the tight end in motion to the left side. Handoff to the left side, spinning, and that is Johnson. He gets the ball up to the 19, picks up 5 on the play. In the final, McCall and Johnson, the running backs, now on 2nd and 5. Pass to the outside. One of those little trick plays. Long pass. It will be almost intercepted. Here it is again. Jorgensen throwing to the outside.
A double pass. Throw to wide receiver. Wide receiver throws it deep.
That's Harry Billups.
Good coverage by Washington.
For Oregon, they trail 12-0. 3:02 to play, second quarter. Flags fly, and you can take away the completion here because I think they took too much time.
Before the snap, false start against the offense, still 3rd down.
Long count. He's going to run out of time again if he doesn't hurry. Hit from the backside.
Very small.
Freddie Small coming from the backside to make the tackle on Jorgensen, and Jorgensen's down at the 4. Freddie Small came in. Keep an eye on the top of the screen.
Yeah, they faked the blitz up the middle, and they were coming. The guard, number 55, did not work out to pick up Freddie, and Freddie was on his back in a big hurry.
9 yards deep in his end zone with 2:21 to play here in the second quarter. Hicks, the senior from Oxnard, California. Great leg. He can really boot it away. Long, high, driving, about a 62-yarder.
Got a return on. Got a return on. Here we go.
Michael Collins. Flag goes, and a penalty. I believe it's going to be clipping against Washington back at midfield.
On the return, clipping against the return team. First down.
Just keep it on the ground and run a little bit.
Stay with your personality. Let Steve Fleur throw the football.
Steve Fuller is going to do that. Going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage and knocked down. First sack of the ball game for Oregon. Back at the 15. I'll say his forward progress is up to about 17 and mark it there. Oregon fans on their feet. Steve Bach making the play.
The draw to the left. Linebacker come up the middle. Defensive lineman Steve Bach come up the middle, beating Dennis Maher. A fine play by number 39, Steve Bach.
All the way back. Hit 16. They'll run it right straight ahead and run the clock down with 1:16 to go. Dan Ralph was the man who made the last play. Good look at the scoreboard here at Autzen Stadium. I look around. You can't find a seat in this place.
Well, only in the aisleway, the steps.
3rd and 19 for Washington.
And they're going for it.
Fuller to throw. Looking, trying to set up a screen to the outside. Has it. And as you saw right there, Sterling Hines' feet just went out from under. It was covered pretty well by Oregon. Duffy was right in on the play. But Huskies just letting that clock run down as far as they can. 16 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Washington leading 12-0.
They should let it run out, Bruce. I think they will.
At halftime, it is Washington 12 and Oregon nothing.
Outstanding today. Oregon's as well, and you start getting a little offense going there at the end of the second quarter.
Well, it's back to the opportunities. We've got to get a little bit more out of our opportunities. We've got to try and get touchdowns and instead of field goals.
You have to let it hang a little loose a little more, go for the long range pass maybe.
Well, we did that and took ourselves out of scoring position here. So, we got to mix it up. There's some things we've got to try to do, but we just got to play solid football and not give them a break.
In the meantime, you got to be proud of your defense.
So far, so good.
All right, best of luck in the second half. Luck.
We welcome you back to Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon. The Huskies scored on a 2-yard pass late in the second quarter. That from Steve Fuller to Tony Roten. And they lead now by a score of 12-0. You're looking at the Oregon band, and that's the Oregon mascot is on the field right here. Oregon fans obviously disappointed because their football team hasn't been playing as well as I think they expected them maybe to play against Washington, because Oregon has had some problems. Washington has dominated play in the ball game so far. And it is something else. 8 first downs for Washington, only 2 for Oregon. Passing yardage, this must be the second quarter the way it looks right now. These are only second quarter stats that we have right now. In the second quarter, the Huskies picked up 35 yards to Oregon's 18 yards. As we mentioned, the Huskies with 8 first downs to Oregon's 2 first downs, and the Huskies 123 yards in total offense to only 18 yards in total offense for Oregon in the second quarter. So the Huskies dominating play in the second quarter, and Jorgensen continues to have his problems. So far in the game, he's 3 for 10, had 2 intercepted only for 18 yards, and you have to get more out of your quarterback than that. There is the interception by Bestie Jackson, as you see right here, and that helped set up a Washington field goal by Jaeger. Steve Fuller tripping as he falls and hands the ball to Sterling Hines, this good for 33 yards. You see the young guy from Canada who can just fly with the football, looking for one more block. Get the one more block from Stransky there, he might have been able to go all the way. But set up the field goal right there with the 33-yard run. Good hit from the outside. You can see how well the defense is playing here with Ronnie Holmes making a hit. Here's a guy who's really having his problems throwing the football today. He has completed only 3 of 11, had 2 intercepted. There's the second interception. And this one by Vince Albritton of Washington. And the Huskies, as we mentioned, picked off a couple of passes. Good run by Albritton right here.
Stand to the outside, and good comeback block by number 39,
Jimmy Rogers.
Jimmy Rogers from Aloha, Oregon.
Valor faking, good fake to Hines, throws to Tony Roten between 2 defenders for the only touchdown of the ball game so far to put Washington up by a score of 12-0. Now you say, why in the world it is the 13-0? Did Jaeger miss? No. They went for 2 extra, they went for the 2 points in the conversion, and they missed. First downs to 2, 122 yards to only 18 rushing, 18 passing for Oregon there in the first half for 36, 155 yards in the ball game so far for Washington. The Huskies, Pallure 8 of 14, and as you see, Jorgensen only 3 of 11 with 2 intercepted in the game. Huskies time of possession for 5 minutes, 17:40 to 12:20. Those are the unofficial stats here at halftime. Well, if you were with us at the start of the football game here from Autzen Stadium in Eugene today, you know that Washington won the toss, and they, on the option, elected to kick it off. Now they have elected to receive here to start the second half. So Washington will receive, and they will defend the goal off to our right, which is the east goal here at Autzen Stadium in Eugene. It is Washington 12 and Oregon nothing as we get set now to start the third quarter. Paul Schwabe from Mercer Island, senior at Oregon, to kick it off. The left-footed kick. Drills it back in and out of the hands of the intended receiver with the ball, and that's Cookie Jackson. Now Mo Hill goes back, and he's going to down it outside the end zone, and Washington will take over 1st and 2. Huskies have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 20. Sterling Hines, Walt Hunt, the running back. Hines hit across the 20 and picks up only 2, as you see. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8. And the California Bears still convinced they can do something this year.
Yes,
and they may be able to. Arizona, we gave you that one just a moment ago as well. 2nd and 7 for Washington. Hines again at the 25, and he'll pick up, get out to about the 27-yard line. Problem with his foot. So he hasn't been in the game. Cookie Jackson hasn't been in. It has been Sterling Hines all the way. 3rd and 3. And off to Hines. Now he has some daylight. He has the first down. Up across the 30 and gets to the 32.
Maybe a first down, Bruce.
Dan Wilkin making the stop from the strong safety position for Oregon. Hines, 5'11", 185. The senior from Ontario, Canada.
Yeah, counter play in the backfield. Good block by the guard. Sterling Hines, this is the first time you've been able to see Sterling put a little move on and use a splitting. Here, he's got his shoulder square. A fine move on the defensive back. The backside pressure got him.
106 yards total for Hines. First down for Washington at the 32. Pallure to throw. To the outside. Flag flies.
Holding on the offense. Still first down.
Yes, you do. And you get a little nervous, a little anxious at times.
1st and 20. Draw. Hines hit behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 18.
You see, Bruce. You see, Bruce, that Washington is doing the draw and the draw pass action. I felt like Sterling had a misread on that block by the offensive guard, and Ralph came in and made a fine play on it.
The ball back at their own 19. Pallure time. Throw. Too high. Complete to Dave Stransky. Wilkin making the stop.
Drop back. Nice touch by Steve Pallure. He touched it a little bit too much here. It seemed to be high, Bruce, but he had to go over the linebackers and then down into the receiver. Fine catch and a fine defensive play again by the secondary.
3rd. And a long 3. Pallure again. Gets away. Has the first down. May get a touchdown if he can run fast enough. Pallure still going.
Just protect the ball.
Away at the 20. Pallure at the 10. Pallure, touchdown Washington.
Here he is on a typical drop back. Got outside pressure. He's moved upfield. Good movement here. You see number 31, the backside pressure is catching up to him. Got some additional help from Mark Patterson, and there he is, Steve Pallure. How far was that, Bruce?
61 yards. 61 yard touchdown run by Steve Pallure. Jagger in, add the extra point. It is good. 11:59 to play in the third quarter. Steve Pallure runs 61 yards for a touchdown. Washington leads Oregon 19-0. King, Harry Billups standing back in the end zone. Jagger, long driving kick. It will be in the end zone, and they'll bring it out to the 20. You give the advantage to the returning team. You want to get it on the hash marks, one side or the other. Here's Pallure again, 61 yards for a touchdown. Longest of his career at Washington, and obviously the longest this year. 1st and 10 now for Oregon. Oregon up in the eye. Wilhite and McCall, the running backs. Ball at the 20. Jorgensen going. It is complete. Across the 40, out to the 44.
Oregon is now behind 19 points, so Jorgensen has to come to the, rise to the occasion and throw the football.
He hit Hampton with the pass, and the sophomore from Van Nuys makes the catch, his first of the ball game.
Nice pass by Jorgensen. Fine catch. The ball was thrown in between two Washington defenders.
Huskies now send Rogers into the game and go back in a nickel defense. 5 defensive backs. Stuart Hill comes out of the ball game. High formation up again. Wilhite and King. Eugene King in. Pitch back. This time to King. Tries to get across the 45, and he just can't. 2nd in 9. The ball at the Oregon 45. Washington leading 19-0. Jorgensen, big rush. Going to be drilled back at the 36.
Young Lambert has done a great job deceiving the University of Oregon. Jorgensen is responsible for seeing if those blitzes come. Here, it was a little late there, but
you can see everybody coming from the outside, and what you want to do is get a lot of people up there. Now, Washington did that against California a year ago. Sack of the game brings up 3rd and 16 now. The ball back at the 38-yard line. Whistle blow's going to be too much time as Jorgensen tried to audible up. Now they're going to call timeout. Oh, he took a timeout because he was going to run out of time if he didn't. So Oregon takes a timeout with 10:13 to play. Third quarter, Autzen Stadium. Washington 19 and Oregon nothing. 1 of 7 in third down so far. Barnes and Hampton, wide receivers, split left and right. Huskies again, faking the blitz. Here they come. Jorgensen throwing, lob pass. It is complete at the 30. 20, knocked out of bounds inside the 20. The pass complete to Lou Barnes. Linebacker fell down for Washington on the play. Now Barnes made a great move, and it was a great pass and a great catch too. Watch it again.
Yes, got outside pressure by Freddie Small. Jorgensen takes his time, throws the ball to that Barnes.
Yeah, Lou Barnes.
Great running catch, and he has a lot of speed for a sophomore. A lot of speed.
Will Heighton McCall in the game. Jorgensen over the middle. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Oh, that could have been 6 points. Intended for Hampton. And it could have been 6 points. New stadium record, 44,303. Old record, 44,200. Remember that? It was against Washington not too many years ago. The Oregon bench, they want a touchdown. Washington leads it 19-0. So far, Jorgensen 5 of 13 for 87 yards in the ball game. 2nd and 10 at the 17. Handoff. Inside to Johnson. Jorgensen rolling on the backside. Throw back to the other side is going to be incomplete. It was intended for McCall.
If the ball had gotten to McCall, he'd had a lead block in front of him, and it's been an awful tough from Robert Lee part to make the play.
Schwabe attempting a 30-yard field goal. The left foot is up. It is good, and Oregon's on the scoreboard. Long driving kick. Taken by Cookie Jackson 5 yards deep in the end zone. And he'll down the ball. Washington will take over 1st and 10. On their own 20. Cookie Jackson, the junior from Franklin High School in Seattle. There you see the scoring drive. Long pass. That was the key play in the drive, and that was the pass that was complete to Lou Barnes. 1st and 10 at the 20. Sterling Hines, the only up back. Pitch back to Hines. Daylight. Hines picks up about 7 on the play. 2nd and 3. Hines again. Still going. If he breaks the tackle, tries to get to the outside. Ball loose.
They called it down.
But they called it down. Autzen Stadium.
A draw play to Sterling. Good block by number 51. I believe that's Dan Ernest, the center. Rob Kuharski. And again, you can see the elbow come on the surface and the ball drop up. Good coverage by Rick Mallory, just in case the referee decides to miss that call.
21 carries, 120 yards for Hines. Pallure, play action. Throws complete to Walt Hunt. No, drops the ball for the Huskies. The ball at the Washington 37. Washington leading 19-3. We're in the 3rd quarter. Autzen Stadium. Pallure. Quick pass to the outside. Complete. Short of the 1st down. Across to the 43-yard line. That was complete to Danny Green. 3rd and 4 for Washington. At the 43. Hines. Will he get it? It's going to be close. Very close. But I don't think he got it there unless they turn the football around, and it's about 3 yards long. Here's the kick again. Good high driving kick. Barnes is going to take it at the 5.
Should have let that one go.
Barnes tries to break a tackle, can't. At the 17, and he stopped there. So Oregon will take over deep in their own territory.
Young Barnes is back on his 10-yard line when he made the move, and he backed up a little bit too far. And most punt teams have what they call a 10-yard rule. He should have let the ball go in the end zone or bounce around where it might.
Lou Barnes went to the same high school as Marcus Allen. Transferred Mesa Junior College here, and is just really been a shot in the arm to the Oregon program. 1st and 10 now at the 17 for Oregon. Flag flies, and Jorgensen just throws the ball out of bounds.
Illegal use of hand against the offense. Penalty declined. Second down.
Very important for Washington to get out of this drive.
Huskies with 4 down linemen, playing a 4-man front right now. Good hit inside. Ball loose. Everybody scrambling, and Oregon gets it. Rich Brooks has had quite a career here at Oregon. Some ups and downs, but this year so far he's been able to put something together. They've won 3 out of the last 4. They've won 4 straight conference games. That's the best in the conference so far. Jorgensen to throw. Throws over the middle. Threw the ball short at the 35, and it was incomplete. Huskies with 10 men up in the line of scrimmage. They're looking for a run back this time. And Michael Collins is driven way back to the 30-yard line. Now at the 25. Still trying to get around a man. And a great play in the special teams by Oregon. Finally runs him out of bounds, going a wrong way inside the 20-yard line. And that was Ron Johnson, who just would not be turned back. Here run Michael Collins back to the 18, make it 17-yard line.
Okay, Michael Collins is trying to get to the wall here, and he can't quite get there. Ron Johnson out of Garfield High School, by the way, makes a fine play on the Collins and pushes him out of bounds.
But there's a flag way down the other end of the field. You see it right there. Holding against Washington, and that will give Oregon a first down.
Oh, another critical error. You cannot do that in the kicking game.
Holding on the pick during the defensive team. First down.
Huskies up in a 4-man front again. 3 linebackers up tight. Throw to the outside. Oh, missed block there. Dusty Jackson trying to finally run him out of bounds near midfield. I think it was Jimmy Rogers who slipped on the outside.
Nice pass to Lou Barnes. Jimmy Rogers slipped down, and here goes Lou Barnes again. Good save-your touchdown play by Dusty Jackson.
So the ball now at the 48. Oregon alive. The stadium comes alive. 6:02 to play. Third quarter. Washington leading 19-3. Pass on the outside. Incomplete. 10 at the 48 for Oregon. Flip to the outside. Incomplete. Intended for McCall. Now 5:55 to play here in the third quarter. Third down. Big third down. Wilhite in motion. Jorgensen rolls to the outside. He might be able to run for the first down. Oh. It kicked off by Tim Meamber. Meamber takes the ball to the 45.
Bruce, Jorgensen had to make the tackle on that, and he hurt his left shoulder coming out there, helping him off the field right now. As you can see on the replay, Tim Meamber looks like the primary receiver on this play. He said, "Here, I've got it, and here we go."
And look at Meamber take him on, and Jorgensen did his job by having to make the tackle, but that's the price you pay if you throw the ball away like that.
First and 10 now for Washington. 5:47 to play. 3 critical turnovers by Oregon. Go to the outside to Mark Patterson. It is caught just short of the first down marker at the 45. Picks up 9 yards on the play. Second and a short 1. And that was Wendell Kaysen, who was covering for Oregon. Patterson, the junior from Roosevelt High School in Seattle, number 51 in the center of your screen right now. Dan Ernest, the center. 81, Leroy Lutu.
From University High, Honolulu.
Second and short. Offensive coaches love this one. You think they'll go deep on it? No, he'll try to get the first down. Walt Hunt gets the first down as he takes the ball to the 44. And near the 43 is where they're going to mark it. Give him his forward progress to there. Huditz, Duffy, and Devaney in to make the stop for Oregon on the play.
The Oregon offense is warming up a little bit on our Washington defense, Bruce. So I'm thinking right now that Bob Stahl, offensive coordinator, might get a little more aggressive here and try to get down in the field goal range or try to come away with a 7 if possible.
Wide receivers coming to the left side of the screen. You see the final errors we gave you earlier. Pittsburgh 21, Navy 14. Patterson and Green to the left side. 1 setback. Sterling Hines slowed up at the line of scrimmage. Picks up only about a yard. Big blow for Oregon if this man's out of the ball game. That's Dan Ralph. The fine left defensive tackle. The young senior from North Glen, Colorado, goes to the sideline.
Being replaced by number 72.
Will Stepanovich, the freshman redshirt, comes in to replace him. He's from San Pedro. So Dan Ralph to the sideline, and that could be a hole in the left side of that line for the Oregon Ducks with 4:24 to play in the third quarter, and Washington leading 19-3. It is 2nd and 9. Ballure to throw. Ballure gets away, still on his feet, hit behind the line of scrimmage, and dropped to the 45. Larry Wilson made the stop for Oregon, made the first contact. He's going to bring up 3rd down again, 3rd and long, this time 3rd and 11.
Okay, drop back. Sterling Hines, as you saw, got beat on the blitz by the outside linebacker. Steve Ballure made a good move and tried to get back out to at least back to the first down marker.
So Ballure faces a 3rd and 11 right now with 3:48 to play in the third quarter. Huskies leading, as we mentioned a moment ago, 19-3. Ralph comes back in the ball game at a defensive tackle position for Oregon. Ballure. It is complete and then dropped. Low pass from center. Good high hanging kick this time. Fair catch is going to be called for at the 15. As Mike Owens, the sophomore redshirt from a year ago, comes in at quarterback from Van Nuys, California.
You may see him take off with the ball a couple of times, too.
And he can run with it. Barnes in motion to the right side. Handoff straight ahead. Nothing there. Right now, Washington 19, Oregon 3. 2nd and 9 for Oregon.
Washington's on the blitz. Here they come. Here they come. There it is, right there.
They are 2 of 11 in 3rd down conversions so far in the ball game.
They're lining up this time, faking the blitz. They're faking the blitz now. They're going to jump in and back up.
Wilhite in motion.
Yeah, here they come. It's backing up now.
Owens to throw. Looks, has time. Throws deep, maybe picked off. It is by Robert Leapart. Leapart is finally downed at midfield.
Here it is. He's watching fake the blitz. Owens thinks he's going to throw deep. It's the 4th interception. Great pick by Robert Leapart.
1st and 10 now for Washington at the Oregon 49. Ballure to the outside. Complete to Mark Patterson. Breaks the tackle. Still on his feet. Out of bounds. Picking up the first down at the 33. Ron Johnson was the man who knocked him out of bounds. Garfield High School in Seattle.
Here's a 3-step drop by Steve Ballure. Quick pass to Patterson. Ron Johnson, that's number 11. Patterson made some fine move out there. He did those things at Roosevelt, by the way, and Ron Johnson comes over and gets his old comrade out of Roosevelt.
Interesting that Johnson went to Garfield, yeah. Patterson to Roosevelt. They played high school football right in Seattle. They're meeting here in Autzen Stadium today. Sterling Hines.
We have to get Sterling warmed up again here.
Against Stanford in the 32-15 win. Walt Hunt. Hunt straight ahead, short of the first down by a couple of yards. 3rd and 2. Hines. Short of the first down, just to the line of scrimmage, about 6 inches more. So it's 4th down. And the Huskies will have to settle for a field goal. Jaeger comes in. Fake inside. Now to Sterling Hines.
The counter play, but the University of Oregon refused to give up.
This time the ball will be marked down at the 32. It will be a 42-yarder out of the hold of Steve Ballure. Long, high kick. It looks good. It is. We start the fourth quarter, the final 15 minutes of action right now, with Washington leading 22-3, a 42-yard field goal with the freshman Jeff Jaeger. He's moved 24 yards in 5 plays, 1:51 off the clock. And the key play there was the interception by Robert Leapart. The 4th interception of the ball game for Washington. Jaeger hits a beauty, drives it 10 yards deep in the end zone. Pressure, and is going to be knocked down for a loss. Back at the 10. Harry?
Yeah, you just mentioned pressure, Bruce. You can imagine what the pressure Mike Owens is feeling right now, just being a sophomore. He'll probably have to go the rest of the way, though. They've got the pads off Mike Jorgensen right now as we see young Owens being sacked here. Jorgensen has the pads off. They're applying ice to his neck right now. He took that shot when Tim Meamber intercepted, so he might be out for the rest of the contest. Let's toss it back to you.
Johnson out of the ball game at fullback. Kevin Wilhite comes in for Oregon. 2nd and 19. Owens loses 9 yards on the play. The ball back at the 10. Owens back to throw. Pressure again. Screen to the outside. It is complete. And McCall tries to dance up the sideline. Gets to the 15, and that's all. He'll have that 42-yard field goal there in just a moment. Split backs. Owens rolls. And the intended receiver was apparently going to be Barnes on his own goal line. Collins at midfield. This is a driving kick, and I think Collins is going to have a chance to run this one back.
It's a middle return. He should go straight up the field.
Breaks one. Can he get one more? No, hit from behind.
Mike Vendovich at fullback.
Mike Vendovich in at fullback this week because of the injuries to the Washington fullback. Pallure back to throw, going to slip and fall down. The Huskies offensively running the ball very, very well. Cookie Jackson, the only setback, and long yardage. 2nd and 20. Looking for a screen, trying to set it up, get it to Cookie. Needs a block. Needs one more. He is down across the 35 and gets to the 34-yard line. Still going to be short by about 4 yards to the first down. But a big pickup of 15 yards on the play.
Ron Jackson on the screen to his left. Steve Pallure looking off. Dropping the ball into Ron Jackson's hands. You can see the setup by Mike Finney. Good acceleration by Cookie. Look at 2 hands on the ball, protect the ball, fall forward. Good job, Ron Jackson from Franklin High School.
Pallure 13 of 21 for 103 yards in the ball game now. Pallure fakes to Jackson, looking for a block. I think he's going to run it. No, he'll throw it. Almost picked off. Whoops. And Dave Stransky almost goes right through the kicking area down there. That's a little screen they put up so you can practice your kicks, and he almost runs right through it. Wendell Kaysen was the man who ran him out of bounds.
Looks like Washington's going to go for it. 4th and 3.
It's 4th and a long 3 with the ball at the 35. And Jaeger comes into the game, as you see on the left of your screen, and he is 3 for 3 so far. He has a 52-yarder so far this year. Here's a guy with a long, strong foot. If he does this one, it'll be 52 yards too. Here's the kick. Long.
It looks good. It looks good.
Cook is good. He kicks another 52 yards. We should say 52 yards. Kick 7 yards deep in the end zone, and Billups, and he'll just down it right there.
That's a long way from that first kick at the beginning of the game, Bruce.
It certainly is.
Looks like he's warmed up a little bit.
4 pass interceptions, 4 field goals.
Yes, it says something about the defense today, doesn't it?
It says something about the defense. Oregon the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 20. Owen at quarterback. Comes in for Jorgensen, who is injured. Will Height dives across the 35 to the 36. So the freshman from Rancho Cordova, California, picks up 6 yards on the play. Good look at a young man who decided at the last minute, instead of attending Washington, he would go to Oregon. He's a great sprinter, and we should give credit to the fact that he came here because of an outstanding track program at the University of Oregon.
Yes, they do. And young guy changed his mind, and he wants to run track too, but he ended up injuring his leg his last quarter in school.
Barnes in motion. Alex Max in the game. Throw back to Barnes. He may throw a pass. Hit back behind the line of scrimmage, and a fine defensive play by Vince Albritton. Barnes is slow getting up. Oh, Albritton had that one all the way. The senior from Oakland.
It's got double screen or double pass again. Vince Albritton, who's been working against this play for 4 years at University of Washington, every Thursday in his Dirty Dozens. Knew the play was coming, diagnosed it, and did a fine job.
Huskies 25, Oregon 3, 4th quarter. Owens looking, throwing. And the intended receiver fell down. There you see Michael Collins. Vancouver, Washington. Almost blocked. He'll run it back from the 35. Flag goes down, flipping against Washington.
I've only been going 9 months, and I've already forgot some names.
We'll tell you, we're working with Al Roberts today. An Oregon player is down. You'll see the penalty here. It's going to be a clipping penalty, and with 10:57 left in the ball game, Washington leading 25-3. Let's take a break. Full race heats up. Notre Dame 27, Southern California 6. Huskies.
Rick Finney in the ball game now. Almost popped that through on a quick hitter.
Huskies ball. Cookie Jackson running to the outside, across the 25 to the 27, short of the first down marker by a couple of yards. And we're going to have timeout for an Oregon injury right now. As you see, hobbling to the sideline is Huditz, the inside linebacker, number 59. 10:13 to play in the ball game. Washington 25, Oregon 3. Huskies now 3rd and 2. Ooh, it's going to be close. He's a pretty good hurdler.
Hey, very physical ball player.
Now, there's a guy who walked on at Oregon, too. Said, I want to play football here. 1st and 10 for Washington, just short of the 30.
So much for recruiting.
Pallure going to the outside. It is complete. Auburn over Mississippi State. 2nd and 9 for Washington. Jackson. One man to beat and couldn't quite get by him. Gets the ball out near the 35-yard line with 8:56 to play in the ball game.
Try to keep that around the 50% percentile if they can. See what happens here.
It is complete, but I think just short of the first down. He's leading 25-3. 7:57 to play. Feel they can pick up the first down. Pallure does. Cross from the press box. Small press box here at Oregon, so they put the television people across the other way. And so we're looking at the game from the south side of Autzen Stadium. Record crowd, 44,303. Jackson. Not much and gets about a yard. It's been 28 years since West Virginia won. They're going to have to wait for another year. Pallure to throw. Wide open, the tight end, Tony Roten. Then he runs it out of bounds after picking up the 1st and 10. They mark it at the 49. Fenny, the freshman from Snohomish, to the 45. Picks up 5 on the play. Oh, what a game that should be. In the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. 6:26 to play. Washington 25, Oregon 3. It has been all Washington today. Fenny again, straight ahead. Close to the first down as he gets to the. He's had some problems with his shoulder and did not play against Stanford last week. And there was a question whether he'd play today, and that's why Bendovich moved up to the 2nd team. But Bendovich was in for a play, and then they brought Fenny in, and Fenny has been in there ever since. 3rd down. Fenny gets the first down. 1st and 10 for Washington at the Oregon 38. 5:27 to play. Washington leading 25-3. Pallure looks, throws deep, has a man there. Caught. Touchdown, Washington to Danny Green.
Pallure on a draw play, the fake to Cookie Jackson. And you see the safety coming over from Oregon who just can't quite get there. Nice pass by Steve Pallure. Danny Green keeps his feet and scores a touchdown. Here's another angle of it.
Steve Pallure, 17 of 26 for 157 yards. 2 touchdowns. Danny Green, great concentration.
Great concentration and great timing and great placement of that ball, Bruce.
Jager in, adds the extra point. Kick is up, it is good. Game televised today here in Eugene in this area. Jager kicks it out of bounds. Mad at himself. Now, again, we should make you understand that, too, and explain it to you. He's trying to kick it to the hash mark on the left side or kick it to the hash mark right side. They want to get it left side right now. I was say a moment ago, the game televised in this area because it was sold out. We're very, very pleased to be able to televise it to you in Seattle because the game was sold out. 400-mile rule. When 400 miles, the schools are 400 miles or less apart, then a game has to be sold out to be televised. That's the reason this one had to be sold out. We guaranteed that on Thursday. And if there was any question about the whole sellout, you can forget it because there's a record crowd of 44,300 and some. And the stadium only seats about 42,000. Standing room all around the stadium, but many, many Oregon fans leaving right now with Washington leading 32-3. It's a bounce. Billups watches it bounce and go out of the end zone, and Oregon will put it in play. Huskies' 2nd defensive unit in the ball game now. Owens, he's going to go deep, got to get a touchdown. It's still alive. Oh, it almost caught. That was intended for Lou Barnes. There you're looking now at Owens, who is the young sophomore from Van Nuys, coming in for Mike Jorgensen, who was injured in the 3rd quarter. Owens to throw. 2nd down. Dumps it off. Complete to the tight end. Broken tackle and slips and falls down before he can get a first down. To Christensen. And he picks up 5 yards on the play, and it's going to bring up 3rd and a short 5.
And there's Mike Owens throwing the dump off pass. The linebackers have dropped off. There's a missed tackle by one of the Husky defenders, and you see the young guy slipping down there. Young guys out there, Bruce, and he'll be fine.
Owens rolling, looking again. Catch up. It's all open on the backside. He's got the first down across the 30. 4:06 to play in a ball game. Washington 32, Oregon 3. Wilhite runs into traffic as he gets up to the 35 and begin to drizzle here just a little bit. The umbrellas come out, and it's cooled down as we'd mentioned earlier. 7 now. The ball at the 36. Owens to throw, looking deep. Going deep, could be picked off by Collins. It is. No, he drops the ball. Lou Barnes looks exhausted down there. He's going to have to come out. He says, it's my turn to go to the sideline. So the junior from San Diego, Mesa Junior College, goes to the sideline after not the best day in the world for him. Not the best day for all those Oregon fans either. Michael Collins is going to be thinking about that because he's had 2 interceptions now. He's let get away. The Huskies 4 interceptions in the ball game. 3rd and 7 with 3:19 to play in the ball game, and Washington leading 32-3. Owens. Ball knocked away from, slips out of his hands. Ball still loose. Oregon will recover back at the 20. It'll bring up 4th down. Now watch what happens here.
Yeah, here's Mike Owens on a drop back, and you can see the ball slips out of his hand here. And
it's a wet football. High kick. Collins gets a chance.
Middle return, Bruce. You should go field to field. Nothing there.
He's still going. Ron Johnson from Garfield was the man who made the stop. Second offensive unit in the ball game also. Fenny is in. Paul Sicaro comes in at quarterback now, number 14. Hand off to Cookie Jackson. Breaks 1 tackle. Breaks 1 other tackle. Hand off inside to Fenny. 1:48 to play. They can see rain in the distance. Paul Sicaro from Ashland, Oregon.
Ashland, Oregon. An Oregon kid on our team.
Hand off straight ahead. Sicaro with a 1st down. Whoops. Throw to the outside. Complete to Mo Hill, and he steps out of bounds. 2nd and 9 at the 45. Sicaro to Vendovich. An outstanding runner.
And he still is. Just a couple mental problems, though, from all the injuries. And a couple more months, he'll be fine.
Now you can see the rain. Cookie Jackson, is really bounced as he gets to the 35. Jackson now has gone over 1,000 yards rushing in his career. Straight ahead, down to 14 seconds to play. Obviously, the Huskies, as they have in this whole drive, just running the clock out. 7 seconds. That's the final play of the ball game. Did the clock tick away? Washington, they remain on top of the Pac-10 Conference. Washington 32, Oregon 3. Record crowd of over 44,000 are leaving Autzen Stadium right now. Total offense, run through it quickly. Rushing 256 yards unofficially for Washington, 160 passing, 416 total yards for the top offensive team in the Pac-10 Conference, the University of Washington Huskies. Washington remains on top of the Pac-10 Conference. They are now 3-0. Washington 3-0 at the head of the Pac-10 Conference. The Rose Bowl race. Well, Washington's still on top. And they're leading the way right now as they defeat Oregon today by a score of 32-3. Rushing, as we mentioned, Washington 256 unofficially, passing 160, 416 yards. Oregon minus 14 yards rushing, 110 yards passing, a total of 96 yards. 4 interceptions in the ball game, and that was one of the key factors. And Jeff Jager is 4 field goals in the ball game again. And now, Roberts, it was kind of football game that if you're a Washington fan, you love it. If you're an Oregon fan, you say, doggone it, there's another game next.